Are you struggling with a decision right now and just feeling stuck? You kind of want to make some kind of course correction. Might be something big like changing jobs or moving or ending a relationship, or even smaller like committing to a gym or just dropping a few pounds. Kind of just itching for a change, and yet you're still on the sidelines and nothing's really happening. You just can't seem to jump into it and fully embrace it. In my experience, whenever I've had that kind of hesitation, it always turns out to be something deeper, something emotional, some little emotional piece that I kind of need to figure out before I'm ready to make a full commitment. So stick around and let's find out what's holding you back. Once you see it clearly, you might be surprised to find out that it's you. I'm Catherine. If you're new here, welcome. I'm on a mission to overhaul my life at 60. Why does change feel so hard? Well, venturing into the unknown is scary as hell. And the bigger the venture, the scarier it is. What really pushes us to change? In my life, it always turns out to be one of two things. Either something so exciting comes along that I cannot even imagine my life again without it. Or the second thing, something so painful happens in my life that I can't imagine another day in my life with it. When I was 18, right out of high school, I had a friend who moved to Florida, and I grew up in cold, snowy, rainy Syracuse, New York. I had a chance to move to Florida. That was it. Once I knew that I could move to Florida, I couldn't live another day in Syracuse. And it was scary, I'm not going to lie, to pack up all my worldly belongings at 18 into my car and drive 2,500 miles away from my family. But it was a no-brainer. Unfortunately, the change that comes from pain seems to have come around a lot more often in my life anyway. For example, I was in a marriage, was very unhappy, it went on and on. Eventually, it got unbearable, and I knew I had to leave. But what happens if you don't have one of these big make or break, big moments, something really good or really bad? What if you just feel stuck? If you clicked on this video, I'm thinking you have something bothering you. You have a decision you're thinking about making, but maybe you're thinking, not that big of a deal. It's just not that kind of a make or break situation. To that, I just have one question. Are you sure? I mean, are you really sure? Here's why I ask. By the time you get to be our age, especially if you're a woman, you have spent your entire life taking care of everyone else, making sure everybody gets through their life and our own life, just day to day getting through safely. We spent so many years pushing through on autopilot that sometimes we don't even check in with ourselves anymore. When something comes along like this, we might not even recognize it because we're so used to just sucking it up. We're so used to just barreling on through because we're tough. And if you're not sure if this is a big thing, or you are sure that it's not a big thing, I guess I should say, then I challenge you to put it to the journal test. So take out some paper or a notebook or a journal and just say to yourself, I'm just going to explain this like as if I was explaining it to a friend, like I was writing a letter to a friend. I'm just going to explain it, and I'm just going to kind of sort it out a little bit. And when you do that, one of two things is going to happen. The first thing might be you get bored, you get distracted after a page or two. Maybe you figured it out and you're like, you know what, I guess I got a handle on this. Or what happened to me recently will happen to you. You'll tumble down a rabbit hole so big that the entire Empire State Building could also fit down there with you. Let me tell you what happened to me. I had this thing that was bugging me. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was kind of an issue I had with a person. They were getting under my skin. They were irritating me. And it went on and on. And I really didn't think it was that big, except for the fact that I found myself in my own mind ranting to myself. At the craziest times, like in the shower, if I was driving down the car at night when I was trying to sleep, I kept like telling this person off, or like I had to like get it out somehow. So finally one day I just took out a piece of paper and decided I would just, sort it out a little bit. I might make a little, I thought it was nothing. I honestly thought it was nothing. 18 pages later, I realized that was just the tip of the iceberg. I was so angry inside. And you know what else? It wasn't even that one person. That one person that I started writing about turned into this, turned into that. And I realized, whoa, I was really mad. And I didn't even realize it until I started journaling it. So this is why I make this such a big point in this video, because I don't think I'm the only one. At this age, I've just been so good. I take care of people. I'm kind to people. I'm just so used to not listening to myself. Our feelings are there for a reason. We can't just always stuff them down like they don't exist. That is our radar system. That is your body saying to you, hello, we're not happy here. Somebody is not paying any attention to us, and we need to be heard. Being ready for a change might not be just waiting for the perfect moment. It's the perfect moment is waiting for you, possibly, to recognize the feelings that you have been suppressing, because that stuff piles up in there. And it piles and it piles and it piles, and it will eat you alive if you never give it a voice. We think that we're just waiting for motivation, but what if? We're waiting for permission. We need to give ourselves permission to make a change, to even see what's really going on inside of us. Sometimes we don't need a massive life-altering event to shake us up. We need to just look at what the heck is inside of us already right now. So how do you know if you're ready for a change? Honestly, unless you've got some really great big exciting thing that comes across your table, and believe me, you'll know it if that happened. You'll know you're ready by how mad you are. If you're still waffling and bargaining and waiting, you might not be mad enough yet. Because when you hit that moment, that I'm done moment, you'll know it. And once you recognize it, you'll think to yourself, how was I even unsure about this? It's so obvious. It's when we hit that moment where it's like, I cannot spend another year, another month, another day with this anymore. So If you're wondering if you're ready to make a change, maybe the real question isn't, am I ready? Maybe the real question is, what have I been tolerating in my life for way too long? Because the moment you really see it, you'll know right away. You're ready, baby. If you find yourself feeling stuck in your life, a lot like I do, why not subscribe and follow me along? You never know. You might just get a little bit inspired. And by the way, here's another video you might enjoy.